What's up, guys? Killer back here with another Zombie IO video. I'm going to go over some more stuff on the gear because I don't feel like the 10-minute video I did last time, a little bit longer, covered everything. So we got to the different type of gear. We got to the destroyer. We didn't go over weapons. We didn't go over some other stuff. I thought was more important, so we'll dabble into it. We went over the class, the hierarchy. As you know, Rainbow 4 is the highest. The lowest is green. But let's go over like something that you're going to use like regularly. So let's go over the weapons. Once again, I'm using the Starbreaker and I am using the Sky Ripper. These are the S weapon and an SS weapon. The other S weapons are the light sword, a laser sword, excuse me, laser sword. This sword will actually do a kind of like a spin wheel, like a whirlwind when it triggers every 5 attacks. And basically, what happens is it'll do a AOE 360 wave around you. When you get to Rainbow, you actually get two swords. So when you get to level 6 with it, you get two swords, and it does a double rainbow around you, which is kind of interesting. Every 10 attacks, the laser sword creates a one sword formation. Yeah, and it's kind of like all the way around you. It's pretty cool. Similar to Survival IO, except this one I think is a little bit better. It might be about the same. I don't know. Some people might think this one is the one that I think that people should really pay attention to, which is the cannon water gun. The cannon water gun is interesting. I didn't get on this gun because it's a little slow for me. It's kind of like a shotgun or like a rocket launcher, and those are too slow for me. I'm more fast. Fairly similar to the Starbreaker, but the Starbreaker is actually faster than this gun. So, the cannon water gun. Let's see. Range damage all targets 15%. So it shoots out this like little bubble. It's like this, and I would go over it and show you guys how it would work, but I'll get into those one at a time. We're just going over each individual gear. I will actually do some gameplay later on and just focus one video at a time on each thing. This is kind of more general, trying to get introductions and show everything. Um, it's like a circle of water, and when you walk through it, it slows you down. So upon disappearing of the cannon water gun vortex, an explosion will occur. Okay, there you go. So it explodes on enemies, but also slows enemies down. Um, 25% attack, I read, that's normal for all of them. The cannon water gun at all levels adds one bullet. So basically, you will be shooting double circles with this at rainbow or higher. So that's kind of cool. I like it, but I didn't get into it. That'll be my next gun I probably try to get. If you guys are just starting out, you guys are probably between one of these three. You have the flamethrower, you have the dual pistols, and you have the RPG. In my opinion, the one I would keep is the one you start with, which is the dual pistols. The dual pistols goes well with a lot of stuff. It actually goes well with a lot of heroes as well. 10% attack, pistol damage 30%. Upon entering the battle, you start with pistol star 2, which is always good, so you don't have to build the pistol as fast. The bullets from the pistol can penetrate one target, so otherwise it's going through targets, which is good. I like that about the pistols. All right, second, we're going to go over the flamethrower. I think I did before, but let's go over it again. Flamethrower range is 2 meters. Uh, the units hit by the flamethrower will receive 10% extra damage and will last for 3 seconds. 15% attack. The unit hit by the flamethrower suffers continuous burn damage for 5 seconds. The one thing that this game will not tell you about the weapons is that in let's see if I can pull it up. In extreme challenges, the only weapon you use in extreme challenges on the Pioneer server is the flamethrower. So keep a flamethrower because in extreme challenges, you will be using the flamethrower to destroy quite a few monsters. Uh, the the amount of monsters will increase as the extreme challenge levels get harder. So keep a flamethrower. I'd keep one leveled up. I might keep one purple. That's why you see me keeping mine like kind of tucked. I have one, two, three, four right now, so I probably can make a red flamethrower. I'll probably keep it to make a red flamethrower because I think I have one extreme challenge where I need to kill 700 monsters with a flamethrower. If you don't have the flamethrower to the level of monsters that you're attacking, the flamethrower is useless. Like if you go in there with a yellow flamethrower, The yellow flamethrower will do yellow damage when you need rainbow damage, and it's just not good. Like you need to probably keep it up to rainbow until you get past the flamethrower parts on the extreme challenges. So that's what I would say about that. Let's go with RPG. I haven't really went over the RPG. RPG rocket launcher cooldown is 1 second. So this one's slow. Again, this is slow. The Starbreaker's faster than this, so this one's slow. It's similar to the water gun. The water gun and the Starbreaker are in the RPG are all kind of the same class. The Sky Ripper and the pistols are the same class, and then the laser and the flamethrower are similar, but the laser sword actually throws out. It doesn't go as far as at the beginning stages, but later it'll cover the whole map, so you don't have to worry about it. The range is bigger on the laser sword. Let's see here. RPG launches. That's 1 second cooldown. Let's see. RPG launches 20% damage, 15% attack. After defeating enemies with RPG launcher, the cooldown is instantly reset. So that could be good if you get this thing rolling. It could probably go a lot faster. If I had to pick between the two, like so, if I had to say, if you guys are gonna pick two of the A class weapons, which one would I go with? I'd go with pistols first. That'd probably be my main weapon. I'd keep the flamethrowers, not use them, even though you're gonna need them to upgrade the pistols. But the RPG probably is gonna do better than the flamethrower because you have range, and you're gonna need range to like get targets up off of you. I probably keep the RPG as my secondary, and the pistols as my main weapon. So that's probably the two that I would keep in the primary and secondary slot. So that's important. Let's see here. Went over Rocket Launcher RPG. I touched on the gear last time. We were talking about like what gear is available, and we were going over. I think I went over the helmets. Let's go over the boots. The boots are kind of a pretty impressionable one. So the what do we say? The blue, the purple, and the red are going to be the same. So all we have to do is go over the yellow and the rainbow. So stop moving continuous promotes. Uh, Stop moving to continuous promotes damage. After staying still 5 seconds, will promote. After staying still 5 seconds, damage will promote by up to a maximum of 30%. Moving will cancel the effect. So if you stay still, you do more damage. This kind of makes more sense. Now I understand some things more about my gear I'm using. Alright, maximum damage can be promoted up to 50%. So you stay still with the destroyers, it'll give you 50%. Now with the Tech Hunter boots, you see it's a rollerblade, so clearly it's probably the opposite. When below 20%, gain lifesteal effect. The lower the health, the higher the effect of lifesteal. So there you go. You start dying, you start stealing health. I kind of like that. When below 40%, gain a high amount of lifesteal with the efficacy increased as the health decreases. So this one also just increases your lifesteal as you're starting to die. That probably is more effective than the destroyer boots. I'm not gonna front. I can see where lifesteal would make more sense because you're always moving. So why would you stop to get the damage when you have to move? It's a moving game. So those boots are. I would say the Tech Hunters are better than the destroyers. That's interesting. Wind Chaser boots. Let's see here. We have after continuous movement for over 5 seconds, damage increases 30 and becomes effective after stopping. It says the extra damage 30 at purple or rainbow, excuse me, at rainbow, 30% damage on controlled enemies. That's interesting. I don't know what controlled enemies means, but so apparently controlled enemies, and then when you're moving, you also get 30% damage. So apparently you get another 30% on different enemies. I don't know what controlled enemies means. I'll have to look into that one. We went over the helmets. Let's go over the chest. We'll start backwards this time. Wind Chaser battle armor. Let's see. Yellow. Attack is increased by 20% with the shield activated. Okay, so your attack is increased when your shield activates. Let's see. The shield equip. Let's see. Upon taking damage, a shield equal to the team's HP's 10%, lasting 5 seconds, can be triggered at most every 20 seconds. So the wilderness one is more triggered based off you gain hitting damage versus the amount of enemies you kill. That's interesting. So this one's kind of like it triggers the stuff automatically versus the other one are triggered based off enemy kills. All right, and then you get an attack increase of 20%, which is good. The shield effect is increased by 20% HP, and when the shield is presented, the attack is increased by 30%. So now it jumped up from 20 to another 10% more. So that's interesting. I don't think you gain that much more there. Let's go over the Tech Hunter. All right, Tech Hunter, the chest. The crazy state is promoted for 10 seconds and becomes immune to death one time for each battle, resisting after resurrecting, resetting after resurrecting. So you can die multiple times with this chest. That's pretty good. The crazy state, the part of lifesteal that exceeds the upper limit of blood volume can be converted into hero energy shield. Okay, so now you can steal health, and after you max out your health, it can start converting into an energy shield. That's pretty interesting. The Tech Hunter chest is actually pretty good. Let's see if they talk about the crazy state anywhere else in here. 5 seconds, madness, and all damage skills can be used as lifesteal. Okay. So yeah, I would say the Tech Hunter chest might be better than the Destroyer. Let's see. After resurrecting, attack increase 15%, movement speed increase 15%. Okay, that works out good. It says in the battle you can resurrect 2 times upon failure without HP on revival being 100%. So when you revive with 100% before. So what happens is you kind of die instantly, and then you die again, and then that's it. That saved me a lot more than I think the rest of the other chests. I've used that quite a bit. So I don't know, kind of like that one. This video is gonna run a little longer. I'm gonna go ahead and finish them off. We did the helmets, we did the boots. I think we're gonna go over the gloves and the neck, and then this one will be cut down. All right, so extra damage, full health enemies, and then a crit on enemies with full health. So guaranteed crit on full health, extra damage. Let's see. The lower the blood volume, the higher the damage. Effective HP lower. HP lower than 50% increases by 40%. Okay, and then at the rainbow level, the lower your own blood volume, the higher the crit hit rate. Effective when the HP is lower than 50%, the maximum 40%. Okay, so what's the difference here? Oh, one's crit and one's damage. So you gain a crit at the rainbow level, it's all damage at the yellow level. Okay, let's see one more. So this is the Wind Chaser. When defeating enemies, a small range explosion will occur, causing damage equal to 50% of unit's health. Wow. The explosion damage adds 100% of the unit's health when defeating enemies. That's interesting. That would be helpful. I could mix and match. You can mix and match, by the way, and you still gain the same effects from that necklace is kind of pretty OP. I kind of like that. That would make a big difference when you get mobbed. Let's go over these gloves. All right, so crit at 10%, and then crit damage increases to 50%. Each monster kill at 500 increases crit damage 5% up to the maximum of 150. 150 crit damage. Ooh, so your crit damage is increased like crazy. That's pretty good. Those gloves would be probably pretty handy. And that was the Wind Chaser. And then the Tech Hunter. Let's see. It says for elite monsters, damage increased 50%. It says enemies with a certain range of self will. I don't know what that is. Whether losing 1% HP or 0.1 per second, not effective on the leaders. Huh. That's interesting. I don't quite understand how that's working. Enemies with a certain range of self-will. I guess that's talking about like the elite enemies, the ones that drop the boxes that will go after you. They have kind of a self-will. They are attacking you on purpose versus the rest of them are just mobs. that's that one. So, and let's go over to the destroyer, and I think that covers the gear. I think we covered all of it in 2 videos, hopefully. Right at 15 minutes. I try to keep them these videos less than 15 minutes. I apologize, guys. Crit rate 10%, and then crit rate increased by 10%. Crit damage increases by 100%. So you get 100% crit rate damage. I think the ones to go to would probably be, I believe, the Wind Chaser gloves. The Wind Chaser gloves probably are the best gloves, I would say. Guys, that is this video. I will be back with another one. I think this is part 2 of the gear. So bear with me. I'm sorry this one went a little long. Next time I'm going to try to chop it down. Till next time, peace. Talk to you guys later.